Let's take a deeper look at the chakra system together so we can gain some shared insight into them with clarity. In the world of spiritual and energetic practices, it's common to hear about chakras becoming blocked. Rather than envisioning chakras as points that can simply be blocked, it's more accurate to understand them as consciousness centers that mirror our psychological state. When we accumulate unresolved emotions, fixed beliefs, or conditioned reactions, these psychological patterns influence the energy flow through each chakra and through its corresponding physical and glandular systems, resulting in what we perceive as imbalance. These imbalances are not due to a literal blockage, but are instead reflections of ingrained mental constructs that affect the energetic resonance of each chakra, subtly shaping our physiological responses and behaviors. The chakras are not stagnant entities, they are dynamic fields of energy that interact with both our internal psyche and the larger cosmos. Each chakra corresponds to a particular set of qualities: security, creativity, power, love, communication, intuition, and transcendence, connected to different aspects of our physical, emotional, and spiritual lives. When our internal state aligns harmoniously with these qualities, energy flows smoothly through these centers, reflecting balance in both our mental and physical health. However, when psychological constructs such as unresolved trauma, attachment, or repressed emotions alter the natural function of a chakra, we experience what is commonly labeled as blockage. Yet, this blockage is actually the chakra expressing the frequency of our unresolved psychological patterns, manifesting as both emotional and physiological symptoms. Each chakra can be seen as a locus of consciousness, representing fundamental human qualities and spiritual principles. These energy centers, far from being abstract, correspond to our developmental stages, behaviors, and ways of perceiving the world. For example, the root chakra, or Muladhara, represents our foundation and sense of security. And when we feel safe and grounded, this chakra expresses vitality and stability. Conversely, when we experience fear, insecurity, or trauma, this energy becomes fragmented and expresses itself through anxiety, stress, or physical symptoms like fatigue or immune dysfunction. The qualities of each chakra align closely with psychological constructs. The sacral chakra, or Svadhisthana, governs creativity and emotional fluidity. The solar plexus, known as Manipura, relates to personal power and self-esteem. The heart, or Anahata, expresses love and compassion. The throat, called Vishuddha, handles communication and self-expression. The third eye, Ajna, guides intuition and inner wisdom. And the crown, or Sahasrara, connects us to transcendence and spiritual insight. And when we understand these centers as dynamic, we can begin to see how our beliefs and habitual emotional states shape their functioning. For instance, a pattern of self-doubt or people-pleasing can cause disturbances in the solar plexus, leading to both a weakened sense of self and digestive issues due to its connection with the gut and related glands. Our habitual psychological patterns influence the flow of energy through each chakra, effectively creating an energetic imprint that can either support or disrupt our well-being. This perspective allows us to move beyond the simplistic idea of a blocked chakra to a more nuanced understanding where specific emotional and mental patterns resonate within each energy center. For example, deeply ingrained fear patterns, such as those arising from early trauma or persistent insecurity, can influence the root chakra's function, leading to overactivation or depletion. Such an imbalance often manifests as hypervigilance, adrenal exhaustion, or chronic tension. Each chakra's energy is shaped by different psychological constructs. The sacral chakra, associated with emotional expression and creativity, may become unbalanced when we repress emotions or hold on to guilt and shame. Such psychological patterns create a dissonance in this chakra, affecting the reproductive system, lower abdomen, and water metabolism within the body. The solar plexus chakra, tied to our sense of personal power, is influenced by patterns of shame, low self-worth, or aggressive control. This chakra's imbalance can lead to digestive issues, liver problems, or even chronic fatigue, as it governs both energy metabolism and personal willpower. When viewed in this way, we can see how the idea of a blocked chakra is better understood as a chakra reflecting back the patterns of our psyche. And these patterns, when left unaddressed, ripple outward from the energetic level into the physical body, creating what we interpret as illness or emotional disturbance. Chakras have corresponding glands and physical organs that resonate with their energy. These glands are more than physiological components. They respond to and regulate the body based on our mental and emotional states. For example, the adrenal glands, connected to the root chakra, play a central role in our body's stress response. When we habitually experience fear or stress, the adrenal glands become overstimulated, producing cortisol and adrenaline, which can lead to fatigue, anxiety, and immune dysfunction. This isn't a blocked root chakra in a literal sense, but rather a case where fear-based psychological constructs are altering the chakra's natural energy flow and creating physiological consequences. The heart chakra, associated with the thymus gland and immune system, reflects our capacity for love, compassion, and connectedness. Patterns of grief, loneliness, or fear of vulnerability can lead to a weakened immune system and over time create both emotional and physical isolation. Similarly, the thyroid gland, connected to the throat chakra, governs metabolism and expression. When we suppress our voice or feel unable to express our truth, it affects not only our mental clarity but also our physical health, often manifesting as thyroid imbalances or chronic throat issues. This interconnection reveals that chakras and glands do not operate in isolation. They interact in a feedback loop with our thoughts and emotions. Our psychological state impacts glandular functioning, which in turn influences our chakra system, creating either a harmonious or disharmonious mind-body experience. By examining how specific psychological patterns influence each chakra, we can begin to understand why certain physical or emotional symptoms emerge. These patterns of thought and feeling, fear, shame, guilt, grief, attachment, repression, and separation, each resonate with different chakras, shaping our experience. The energetic flow of the chakras is not hindered by physical blocks, but by these psychological constructs which shape the way we interpret and respond to the world. For instance, patterns of attachment may cause the heart chakra to close not as a physical block, but as an energetic response to protect oneself. This manifests as a reluctance to form connections, guarded behavior, or physiological responses like tightness in the chest. Over time, this closed heart chakra impacts not only one's emotional life, but also physical health through its association with the thymus gland and immune function. By observing these psychological constructs, we gain the opportunity to address these core beliefs and emotions that distort the chakra's expression. Releasing these patterns allows the energy to flow naturally, promoting both emotional healing and physical health. Then the mind, body, complex, is designed to self-regulate, and the chakras return to balanced function when the psychological patterns are shifted. In essence, chakras are reflections of our inner psychological world, constantly expressing the energetic resonance of our beliefs, emotions, and mental states. Rather than viewing them as entities that can be blocked, it is more empowering to understand them as consciousness centers that communicate with us through both energetic and physical sensations. When we experience an imbalance, it is a call to explore and resolve the underlying psychological construct influencing that chakra. Healing, therefore, involves recognizing and releasing the patterns, fear, shame, guilt, repression that alter the natural flow of our energy. This process realigns the mind-body organism with its original state of balance, helping us experience a more integrated, expansive, and healthy existence. The chakra system reminds us that we are not isolated beings but interconnected expressions of consciousness, and by honoring this fluid, dynamic relationship within ourselves, we open the way to true healing and harmony.